So, hi everyone, welcome to another speed build and a special warm welcome to any new viewers to my channel. My name is KiwiSimsKate because I'm a Kiwi from New Zealand. I love The Sims and my name is Kate. It is as simple as that. So welcome on in. I hope you do enjoy this speed build. I had a lot of fun building this one. This is a Christmas themed build that I'm bringing you today. So I wanted to do something a little bit different. Most of the Christmas builds that I've been seeing around the place are incredible, but they're pretty much all winter themed. And in most places in the Southern Hemisphere, we don't have a winter Christmas. We have a summer Christmas. So we have barbecues, we go to the beach, we play cricket in the park, we have friends round, sit outside, party in the garden, and it's great. I really love it. I have had winter Christmases before, but I don't know, there's something special about a summer Christmas. I just like that you can hang out outside and you have more space to enjoy your friends and family and you're not confined to indoors. I think winter Christmases are cool as well, but for me, yeah, summer Christmases just take the cake. Maybe it's because I'm more used to them. I don't know. But I know a lot of people who have summer Christmases that really wish they had winter Christmases. So I don't know. Anyway, this is a Christmas build, but it's a Christmas build with maybe a twist for a lot of you watching this if you're from the Northern Hemisphere and you have a winter Christmas. Count how many times I can say Christmas in this build. So this build is actually based loosely on a particular house on Franklin Road, which is in Auckland, the city I live in New Zealand. And Franklin Road is a street pretty central to Auckland, and it is known for its Christmas lights. So pretty much every house up that street at every Christmas will decorate their house quite a lot in Christmas lights. They really put a lot of effort into their decorations, and it's kind of a pilgrimage for a lot of Aucklanders to go and check out the Christmas lights down Franklin Road every year. I have heard, though, in recent years, it's becoming not such a big thing, but I've definitely gone down there at Christmas time when I was a little bit younger to have a look at it all. Yeah, we don't, quite a few people do decorate their homes, but it's certainly not as big a thing here as it is in, like, the United States. It's a lot more low-key here. So Franklin Road is iconic in Auckland. And so when I was thinking of what kind of build to do for Christmas, I was thinking, well, I didn't want it to necessarily scream winter, but I didn't exactly want it to be a beach house either. I wanted it to be something familiar to me. So it definitely has a suburban Auckland home feel to it. And it's also decorated with lots of Christmas decorations a la a Franklin Road home. And if I can find the reference picture that I used to base this home off, and I use the reference of the floor plan for it as well, I will put it on the screen now. So you'll see that it's, pretty loosely based. But I wanted it to have, in particular, these bay windows out the front. So the front left corner is a bedroom. And I love a bay window, which is, if you're not aware of them or you don't know what they are, they're the types of windows that protrude out and generally will have some kind of a seat inside it that you can sit on. I remember a house that I used to live in when I was a teenager. I had a bay window in my bedroom and I loved it. I just loved sitting up there with a good book, looking out the window, reading. I don't know, there was just something so incredibly cozy about it. So I had to include that in this house. The other things I really wanted to incorporate in this house was kind of like a butler's pantry. So behind the kitchen, you will see me put in an extra room that just has a doorway that links it from the kitchen, and that's where I've put double fridges and some more counter space and some of the appliances. So I think I put a microwave back there and also a second sink. And I wanted to include plenty of outdoor space. So I didn't necessarily want the garden to be really large because the homes on Franklin Road are pretty close together. It's quite central to the city, so there's not going to be a ton of space. So I knew I wanted some kind of swimming pool area, a barbecue area, somewhere for them to sit and eat, and something for their kids to do. So you'll see, I do the landscaping near the end of the build, but I put a couple of activities there for your kids or for young adults. And I really like how it turned out. I think the style is quite contemporary New Zealand, although the home it's based off is I think it's a 1930s build, wooden home. And this build has got 3 bedrooms on the ground floor and 1 bedroom on the first floor, which is the master. And the master also has a pretty decent sized ensuite. And then upstairs there's also like a shared office area. So it's not inside the master bedroom, but it is just kind of at the landing on top of the stairs. And I used a lot of Dream Home Decorator objects in this house. I used it for the whole of the office, and I used quite a bit downstairs as well. The sofas, I think I use it for the kitchen counters. Yeah, there's a lot of Dream Home Decorator in here because I wanted this home to feel quite modern, and a little bit fancy without it being extravagant. So Franklin Road is definitely in a fairly posh area of the city. So people who live there have got plenty of money. So I wanted this house to kind of reflect that and it to be contemporary, modern, stylish. They're probably really into their art. Maybe they collect it. And they're also not really that big into clutter. So although I do love building with lots of clutter in The Sims because I think it gives it a lot of personality, in this home I didn't clutter things too much. I did place decorations here and there, like on the side tables and things, but I didn't put loads of shelves and bits and pieces on shelves like I probably normally would. I also incorporated a bit of Christmas decoration on the interior. So not only do I go and decorate the exterior with Christmas lights and things at the end, inside I set the table for Christmas dinner or lunch. I think it's quite common in New Zealand to have a Christmas lunch as opposed to a dinner because it's so warm and summery and lovely outside. So people will have a barbecue for a Christmas lunch, or maybe a late lunch. This year, actually, for Christmas, I will be doing 2 Christmases like normally. So we normally have separate Christmases for mine and Mr. Kiwi's families. So either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, we will go to my family's. This year on Christmas Eve, we're going to go to my sister's place and we're going to have a lunch, which we normally do. We might do a barbecue, I'm not sure. And then on Christmas Day, on the 25th, we will have Christmas with Mr. Kiwi's family at his sister's place. And kind of a similar thing. It's pretty low key these days now that a lot of the kids are starting to grow up. There aren't as many young children in the sort of the wider family unit. So yeah, it'll be great, low-key. I love a relaxed Christmas. And yeah, there's going to be lots of eating as normal. There'll be present opening, but we don't really go crazy with presents. And lazing about, really. Yeah, that's kind of what we do. It's great. I love it. And then, anyway, getting back to the build, you'll see I decorate the living room with a lot of Christmas decorations. I made this modular sofa quite large because I feel like they're probably fairly used to entertaining, so they need a lot of space for friends and family to sit around. Maybe they have movie nights. And of course, they had to have a Christmas tree in the living room. And I loved using these bookshelves that I use in the living room are my new favorite. What I really love about them is how shallow they are. So I wish we had more bookshelves in the game that were this shallow. They really take up such little space, and you can fit them in the areas that are just too small for any of the other bookshelves or for any other kind of decorative items. But there's too much space to leave it blank, if you know what I mean. Not long ago, I think you will have seen, or at some point when I start decorating the butler's pantry, I think you might notice a difference in the video quality. So I do apologize about that. I think I start building and I don't have my reshade turned on, and I normally always record my speed builds with reshade on because I just think it's a lot more pleasant to watch. I find them more pleasant to watch with reshade. I just think it brightens things up. The colors are more vibrant, and the shades and textures are more pleasing. So I do figure that out and I turn it on. So the beginning will not look quite as sharp as the rest of the build, I'm afraid. But once I finish that butler's pantry, I have switched over and then use reshade for the rest of the build. I go back into the living room, place some more decorations, and I actually swap out that fireplace. So originally, I think it's a snowy escape fireplace that I used first, which I really like. I know some people think it's not a very nice looking object, but I think it is so chic and modern, and yeah, a very good looking fireplace. I would love a fireplace like that in my home. But I think that the Christmas one looks cute here and it fits well. I did go back and forth. I think I might have even cut out some footage of me just playing around with fireplaces. I really wanted this build to represent Christmas, but I didn't want it to be too, I don't know, what's the word? Too tacky or cheesy or kitsch. I wanted it to be really chic Christmas, and I think that using this Christmas fireplace, I think it still keeps that. I don't think it tips it over the edge, but if you think so, let me know down below in the comments. I'm happy to hear your opinion if you think differently. And then I go to decorating the downstairs bathrooms. So this home has 2 bathrooms only. It's got a downstairs full bathroom and the ensuite upstairs. And I know it kind of doesn't seem that many for the number of bedrooms and bed spaces there are in this home, but I kind of decorated this house with one of the double bedrooms as a guest bedroom in mind. So I sort of had, at least in my imagination, that there were 2 parents and they're in the upstairs master bedroom. There is one teenager and they are in the kind of blue themed room at the front of the house, which I haven't got to yet. And that has a double bed. And then there's one child who's in the kind of pink and green themed room with the bunk bed. And I had in mind that the pinkish bedroom with the double bed was actually just a guest bedroom. So maybe that is not occupied full time with anyone. And so therefore, with that in mind, I didn't think it was too bad that there was just one bedroom downstairs. I mean, between two kids, a child and a teenager, that's plenty of bathrooms. But of course, you can always add more Sims. There is plenty of space. I didn't cram things in too much, so you could easily add. Obviously, there's already a bunk bed in the kids' room, so you could add a bottom bunk bed, or you could put couples into the double bedrooms downstairs, or you could split. You could probably reconfigure some of the rooms so that you had more space to build another bedroom. It's actually, when I first thought about this house, I thought it was going to end up being too small. And then when I started decorating it, this is always what happens with me. I find it really hard to picture the size that it's going to be in the end. My builds, when they're finished, are always either much bigger or much smaller than I kind of imagine them in my head, even if I plan them out beforehand. I don't know why. It happens to me all the time. So this home felt small when I built the exterior, but then actually once I started splitting up the rooms, putting down the floor plan and decorating, I realized that I had quite a bit of space. Maybe that's because I don't clutter it up so much as well. So there's plenty of floor space, which is quite nice when you're playing The Sims. I find that if you clutter it too much, then often Sims get stuck in places. They can't move around the house, especially if you have a few Sims in your home. They can't get past each other when they're trying to walk somewhere. Particularly, it happens a lot with bathrooms, sort of going in and out of bathroom doors, and they glitch, and then they just, I don't know, yeah. Anyway, I do head over to the teens room, and I really like this bedroom. What I tried to do was keep both of the kids' rooms fairly gender neutral. I know that one of them is pink and one of them is blue, but I don't know, to me I feel like they're fairly gender neutral, particularly the blue room, the teenagers' room. I don't feel like it screams out boy even though it's blue. And personally, I don't think, boys' rooms need to be blue and girls' rooms need to be pink or anything like that. I like both colours, and I think that I like to, just mix it up and have them sleep wherever they want with whatever colours they want. So I didn't have a boy or girl in mind for the blue room. I just had traits and hobbies in mind. So for the teens room, I really thought that teenager was possibly into photography. So I placed one of those, I think it's from the debug menu, one of those underwater photos from the Island Living pack on the wall. And I just sort of imagined that maybe they took it. They have a camera on a tripod. They also have just like a laptop, a few desk clutter items, and then they have a basketball because when I get to the backyard, I place a basketball hoop, and I don't know what that's called, that kind of ground decor item that's not a basketball court, but it's basically, it's like the markings for where, just outside of the hoop. I don't know. I've never played basketball. I've watched it a little bit, but I don't know the technical words for it. But you'll see it anyway at the end of the build. And I imagine the teenager really likes basketball and plays a lot and practices. And that's actually something I don't put in my builds a lot. I do remember using a basketball hoop at the top of a garage or a carport in my mid-century modern build, which I'll link actually above, if you click on the link to that, that's one of my favorite builds. It's so, I feel like it really sticks to the theme just to the nth degree. I really love it. It reminds me of sort of that 70s show, or yeah, I just really like it. Anyway, I did use one in that build, but I don't recall ever using the ground markings. So I use it in this build, and yeah, I thought it was just a nice little extra touch. You'll also notice me adding quite a bit of gallery no CC art. So all the art that I place in my game is not custom content, but it is on the gallery. You can grab it, and I will place the creators in the description below so you can find them. I think I just used the one creator for this build. I try and stick to one or two in each build because I feel like it lends to the sort of cohesion of the build. I also replaced the pictures that I had added to the stairwell because I had used some in-game paintings, portrait paintings, but I thought the ones that I found were so cute. Like, I really think this family is quite family oriented. They spend a lot of time together. Maybe they go away on holiday. They really make the most of their family time. So I wanted to put lots of family pictures up, and there's just not a lot in game that represents that kind of thing. So I went to NoCC Art, which I absolutely adore, and found these really cute, I don't know what the color block ones are called, what that style is, but I also used some like line drawing art, which is very in fashion at the moment. So again, going for that quite modern contemporary look in the artwork that I place around as well. I was going to use more no CC gallery art around the place actually, but there are some pieces in the game that I do really like the Dream Home Decorator ones, and I absolutely adore those large paintings that lean against the wall that go on the floor that come in about three or four swatches. I love them so much, and I wish we had more swatches in that because they are very cool. I use them twice, I think, in this house in two different swatches. So I use it in the parents' room upstairs, and I size it down twice, and it works really well. Size down for the teenagers' room downstairs. Yeah, so there's definitely some art in game that I really like, but it doesn't. Yeah, you get to a stage where you're like, okay, I've used all the pieces that I like and that fit with the theme that I'm going for, So, there are other pieces I like in the game, but they're more with sort of cottagecore aesthetic or, something a bit different. Anyway, I move upstairs. The last bit of the house that I decorate is the master bedroom, the ensuite, and the little office nook, I guess you would call it. And I love these built-in cabinet things. I placed the Dream Home Decorator Designer corkboard by the desk. I don't know if I think the sim that lives here is an interior designer, but perhaps, because this house is fairly stylish, so I just thought they did some kind of design or were into art or of some sort. Because they have a pretty trendy, on-trend home. I place a few more Christmas decorations upstairs as well. I felt like maybe I hadn't put enough in the house. And then after that point, I start to maybe go a little crazy outside. I place probably more than I had originally intended to, but I hope that I've still kept a classy aesthetic, Christmas aesthetic. I don't know. You tell me, is it classy or is it classless? Because I love Christmas and I love Christmas decorations, but I find probably 85% of all Christmas decorations to be too cheesy, and they're nice to look at, but not in my house. So I'm quite picky. But I liked how this house turned out. I would be happy to live here. Actually, that's something we've done recently is we got our tree up finally. We put it up quite late this year. And it is such a hassle. I used to love putting the tree up. It was it was part of the tradition. We would put Christmas music on and put the tree up. But this year in particular, I wanted so badly I wish there was like hire a decorator to put your Christmas tree up type thing, You could just pay them for the hour or two and they did everything, because we have just been so busy this year. We are exhausted and we've had an incredible year, but it has been a lot. So Mr. Kiwi and I are both incredibly excited about our break. In fact, I am recording this voiceover just having finished my last day of my day job for the year, and I now get 3 weeks off, which is incredible. It's time that I've taken off, but I don't want those 3 weeks to end. I'm already thinking that it's not going to be long enough, but I am really excited to not have to open my work laptop for 3 weeks and just not think about it, and get a bit more content out to you all, but also just make sure I have a break and unwind and reset, I think, for 2022, because 2021, what an epic year it's been for everyone. And Mr. Kiwi and I, we've started so many new projects this year and been the busiest we have been possibly in our lives. So it's been a lot. It's been difficult at times. It's been challenging. It's been stressful. It's been tiring, but we're loving what we're doing. I'm loving bringing these videos out to you, spending more time in the game, streaming, which I'll talk a little bit more about at the end of the video, or you can follow my links in my about page. It's been a lot, but we're really doing what we love now, and the goal is to hopefully do this full time and not have to have a quote unquote day job as well. So I would love to be a full-time content creator for gaming and The Sims, and a full-time streamer. But, these things will take time. So one day I will get there. I am not giving up yet. Anyway, those are my 2022 goals. If you've got particular goals that you want to meet for 2022, let me know. I'm interested to know how your 2022 is shaping up, and what you want to achieve, and maybe how you want it to be, different from 2021, or what you want to continue that you've started this year. So I'm just hoping for it to be a little bit of a continuation from this year, but with with just more and fewer lockdowns, please, because we've had a long lockdown here, which has not been too bad, but it does make a lot of things difficult in life. Anyway, I have completely sidetracked. I'm on to the landscaping now, and we're outside. We're doing the final touches. I really like how the garden turned out. I didn't clutter up the garden too much. I didn't overly landscape, but I did want to make sure there were plenty of flowers around and greenery, just because I love it. I love that. makes me happy. And put a little white picket fence around the back, and then we decorate. One of my favorite decorations in the whole house is the little summer Santa, mostly because there are very few decorations in game that cater to the Southern Hemisphere Christmas. Unfortunately, it is very much Northern Hemisphere kind of oriented, but that's okay. We do have our little summer Santa with a surfboard, so I've put him out the front, and then I go back to the backyard and do a few finishing touches here and there. As I said earlier, I do stream on Twitch twice a week, so you can find me at twitch.com/KiwiSimsKate. My schedule's up there. And shortly there will be some screenshots of this build, and if you'd like to download this build, my gallery ID is KiwiSimsKate, and you can find this build and all of my others there. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, because it really does help to support the channel, and you'll be able to follow and enjoy all my future builds here on YouTube, and you'll be supporting me in my 2022 goals, which would be amazing. My Twitter and Instagram handles are also both KiwiSimsKate, and they're great places to just keep up with my day-to-day business and what I'm up to. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and take care out there. Bye!